is nothing for you to fix right now. Nothing for you to carry for one more hour. And before I open tonight's story, if these quiet little places help you rest, you can leave a gentle like and subscribe so I can keep meeting you here at the soft edge of the day. Now, tonight I want to take you somewhere made of glass and lamplight, somewhere warm, somewhere green, somewhere with rain on the roof and a piano that never asks to be the center of anything. Because tonight's story is about a glass house where the piano waited. It stands behind an old house at the top of a low hill. Not grand, not famous, only loved. The house itself is built of pale stone, with climbing ivy around the windows, and the glass house stretches from one side of it like a long green sigh, all curved panes, painted iron, and warm lamps glowing through leaves. Most people see it only from the road below, especially in the evening when the lights inside come on and the whole place shines softly through the rain. But tonight, you are not standing in the road. You are climbing the garden path, past rosemary bushes dark with mist, past stone steps glossed with recent weather, past little lanterns set low among the ferns. The air smells of rain, soil, orange peel, and wet cedar wood. And by the time you reach the top of the hill, the world behind you has already become quieter. The glass house door is half open, as if someone knew you would arrive when the evening was ready. Inside, the warmth greets you first, not suddenly, not heavily, just enough to soften the coolness you brought in with you. Then come the plants, lemons in clay pots, white jasmine turning toward the lamps, vines looping overhead in green ribbons, and long wooden tables lined with seed trays. At the center of the room, on a faded woven rug, stands a small upright piano painted a deep weathered green, its brass candle holders polished, its keys a little worn, its lid closed, as though it has spent all evening waiting politely, not to be admired, only to be near. Somewhere beyond the palms, you hear a kettle click softly, and then a woman appears through the leaves, carrying a tray with 2 cups on it. She is wearing a cardigan the color of rain cloud wool, and her sleeves are rolled once at the wrist. You have the feeling she belongs to this room the way lamplight belongs to glass, without effort, without explanation. There you are, she says, her voice low enough that it seems to join the weather instead of interrupting it. I was hoping you would come before the rain grew sleepy. Before the rain grew sleepy, you ask. She smiles. Yes, there is a time each evening when it stops sounding like weather and starts sounding like company. She sets the tray on a small table beside the piano. 1 cup is blue, one is cream. The blue one seems to be meant for you. Inside is tea with pear and chamomile, light, golden, and warm enough to hold for a long while. You sit in the cane chair nearest the piano, and the cushion gives way beneath you in that old familiar way that good chairs do, as if it has been waiting not for any person, but for someone tired. The woman sits across from you, not too close, not too far, and for a while you do not say much at all, because the room is already doing most of the work. Rain moving across the glass in silver threads, leaves stirring above the lamps, tea cooling slowly in your hand, and somewhere under all of it, the quiet presence of the closed piano. After a little while, you glance toward it and ask, "Do you play?" She looks at the piano, then at the rain, and says, "Only enough." "Enough for what?" you ask. She thinks for a moment, then answers, "Enough to make a room feel less alone." That seems like the right answer, the sort of answer a person can rest inside. She stands, crosses to the piano, and lifts the lid, not with ceremony, not as if anything important is about to happen, only the way someone opens a window in a quiet house. The first note she plays is so soft, you almost mistake it for something the rain has done. The second settles beside it, then a third, and soon there is a small line of music in the room. Not a song, not something meant for an audience, just a few slow notes placed carefully into the evening, as though she is giving the rain a shape to lean on. You listen, and the piano does exactly what she said it would. It makes the room feel less alone. Even the plants seem calmer with it. The leaves above you no longer rustle, they breathe. The rain no longer taps, it answers. Your own thoughts, which have been arriving too fast all day, begin to come at the speed of those notes, one at a time, with space between them, with enough room around each one to soften before the next appears. When she stops, the silence afterward is different from the silence before, warmer somehow, more gathered, as if the whole room has moved a little closer to itself. She closes the piano gently, then pours a little more tea into your cup. From outside, the hill is hidden now behind rain and dusk. The road below has disappeared. The house beyond the glasshouse windows is only a pale glow through the leaves, and the world has narrowed in the best possible way to lamp, rain, tea, and breath. You ask her if people come here often. Sometimes, she says, though not always with their feet. You smile at that, and she smiles too. Some people arrive by memory, she says, some by longing, some because they spent the whole day being too useful and needed somewhere they were not required to be anything at all. That one settles in you because, yes, that is exactly it. All day the world has been asking you to answer, to finish, to decide, to hold, to continue. And here in this rain-lit room with the quiet piano, nothing is asking, everything is allowing. After a while, she rises and disappears into the far end of the glass house. When she returns, she is carrying a folded blanket with a thin green border sewn around the edge. For the listening hour, she says, placing it over your knees. What is the listening hour, you ask? The part of the evening when no one needs conversation, only company. Then she takes her cup and settles in a chair by the citrus trees and opens a book with a cloth cover faded almost silver. You do not ask the title. It feels better not to know. Through the glass above you, the rain begins to slow, each drop farther apart than the last. And now and then, from the piano, one single string gives back the softest little answer, not played, only remembering. The room is full of small remembrances like that. Warm soil remembering the day. Tea remembering fruit. Glass remembering light. Your hands remembering what it was like not to hold everything so tightly. You lean back deeper into the chair and let your eyes travel across the room. The green painted bench under the fig tree, the stack of terracotta pots by the far wall, the brass watering can catching lamplight in its curved side, the piano on its faded rug, patient, untroubled, waiting without wanting. You realize then that this is what is so restful about the room. Nothing here is trying to impress you. Nothing is performing peace. It is simply peaceful. And because of that, you can be simple too. You can stop arranging yourself. You can stop rehearsing tomorrow. And stop standing guard at the door of your own mind. Outside, the rain becomes fine as mist. Inside, the lamps grow deeper and softer. The woman by the citrus trees turns a page. Somewhere under a bench, a hidden heater hums very low, and the whole glass house feels suspended, not between one day and the next, but between one breath and the next, long enough for rest to find you. So, if you like, you can remain here for a while tonight, in the game chair beside the green piano, with the last of the tea warming your hands. Let the glass hold the weather If sleep comes quietly, as soft as rain on the roof, let it come, because some